Welcome in, my dear one. If you clicked on this video is for you. His thoughts versus his feelings. We're going to take a look at all of the energy that's in his thoughts and in his feelings, anything that might be blocking the two of you, what's going on with you, as well as anything else that pops up in the energy that we need to take a look at. So let's get started. I want to start with our romance angels. So this is a beautiful oracle deck that's going to give us some little insight into what is going on with this person. So our card is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and they are worth exploring. Your feelings are real and they are worth exploring. Let's explore them. That is a very propitious start to this entire reading. So I'm going to start with our gold deck. I want to start with his thoughts. So I want to start in his thought space. I want to start in his thought space. Give a little open-minded energy to this person. I want you to really see this person, have a feeling for this person, open up to that. And I'm starting in his thought space. I am starting in his thought space. I have 4 cards in his thought space. So this is where we begin. So we have the Knight of Cups. Oh, we have the 10 of Cups reversed. We have the 7 of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, this is so interesting. So I am seeing that this is something where there is a level for him to graduate to, that he is starting in a space that's really strong and really good. So his thought space is pretty into you. Like, this is good, strong, ooh, I like this. I want to be the right person for this person. He's thinking about how he needs to be able to convey feelings and emotions to you. Perhaps he wasn't able to do that with someone from the past. Perhaps he is having a hard time with that even. And for this to be in his thought space about the feelings and emotions means that it's something he's working on. He's actively trying to cultivate being a better communicator of his feelings and emotions and really bring those feelings and emotions to the table. The 10 of Cups is telling me that he thinks this has potential to be the thing. He's not certain yet. He is not completely sure. He is, still feeling things out and figuring things out with what the energy holds for the two of you, but it certainly feels like it is possible, that the potential is possible for you to be it. This is a card of completion. This is a card of so much feeling and emotion, overflow, arms together, arms lifted up, open to what the universe is bringing in, family around, home feelings, just a really beautiful card of feelings and emotions. I love the 10 of Cups. Now, we also have the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands is showing a figure who's really holding their ground. So this is telling us that in his mind, he is feeling like he just has to maintain a certain space, that he just needs to hold his ground with you right now, not push too hard if he's more of an attached person who's trying to get, to move things along faster. And he also feels like, he doesn't want to lose you either. He doesn't want to be too detached. So he's really trying to just sort of hold his ground with you and feel out what is going on with you before really moving things forward or pulling back and pulling away. So he's really trying to just sort of hang in there. Now, we also have the Knight of Pentacles. So I also feel like, again, he has a space to graduate to, that he is mentally, it is a sort of a very good, strong, high-level space, but there is also room for this to become, soulmate level commitment and feelings and emotions in his mind. So it does feel like there's that space to graduate to, but it is strong and it is good and it's a high level space. He's trying to bring value with him. He's trying to show you the value that he has. He's trying to be consistent. These are things he is actively thinking about. It's in his mind space, which means, again, that he probably had issues in the past where somebody complained that he wasn't doing that, or he knows that it's something that, could get the energy off. So he's really trying to think about it and just think about how he is showing up for you, how he is being consistent, how he is showing you that he values you, showing up with actions, showing what things of this world, trying to treat you well, trying to make you feel like you are desired and wanted in the way that he treats you. And that includes things that he gives, pays for, does, all those sort of signs of affection. I love that. I'm going to stay in our gold deck for his feelings. I want to have a sort of direct comparison in the same deck. So I want to take a look at his feelings, and I am going to do 4 cards here for his feelings as well. And we're getting a real feel for this person in their mind. And let's see what we have first coming up in their feelings and emotions. Yeah, we have the Page of Cups right away. We have the Death card reversed. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Swords. Oh, now with the Death card and the Ten of Swords here, that's interesting. So I am seeing there's some interesting stuff going on in his heart space. That first of all, with the Page of Cups, he is trying to communicate his feelings and emotions to you. And that could even be in ways to make you laugh, to make it silly, that he's really trying to project those things out from a space, a heartfelt space, a space where his heart lives and his feelings live. So anytime you're getting and receiving messages from him, know that, he's trying to do that with his thought space too, but his heart space is really actively involved. He's really trying to show you his feelings, that he's got these feelings for you. Now we have the Death card reversed. And with the Death card reversed, and I'm seeing this with all, so especially with the Ten of Swords popping in here at the end, I am seeing that first of all, I'm seeing that there's a part of him that's coming back to life, that there's a part of him that had to die to something else, and this could be a previous relationship. It does sort of feel like some of his thought energy is coming possibly from a previous relationship, something that imprinted on him, and he's really trying to, change the way that things went and do better. And learn from past lessons. And now it feels like there's a part of him that feels like he's coming back to life, that his heart is starting to beat again, that he really was laid out and really didn't have mobility. It didn't have, couldn't stand up from this thing. This thing really sort of killed his mental space from the past, that there's a piece of his heart that sort of just got slammed down and sliced in the back with 10 swords, that he had been overthinking, he had been spinning out with this, and really just didn't want to move in a heart space at all. That kind of feeling of like, love is awful, this is terrible, I don't want to ever do this again. And now he's coming back to life with you, but he really had been in a place where he wasn't moving at all in that way. So this tells me that you might need to have some grace with him, that this person, the fact that he is thinking these thoughts, that he needs to show his emotions to you, that he needs to show his feelings to you, that he's thinking that he needs to show up for you, that he sees this innate value in you. He doesn't want to lose you. He doesn't want to push too hard. He doesn't want to pull away too much. He is very interested. Like, he is really, you've jump started his heart in a way that makes him really want to keep you and really want to see what this could be, because it feels like that potential is truly there. That 10 of Cups potential is there. He's not certain yet, but it feels like it is just brimming over with this potential. So, have a little grace if he is moving slower than what you would like. It does feel like he is really trying. He is really and it is because he was not moving at all before he met you, before you were in the picture. Now, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is new opportunities for new things to come in. And it is open-handed, and we are talking about love and feelings and heart space, his feelings. So I am seeing this, that he is really open to what can be here, that he's open to the value he sees in you. He is open to the value of this relationship. He is open to investing in this. He is open to receiving what you guys can create together. He's really open here, which is kind of remarkable considering the space that he's been coming from. So he really is open to this, to you, to the potential of you and what you two hold together. Oh, okay. Shall we move to our pink deck for you? I think we shall. I think we shall move to our pink deck for you, because I'd like to know what's going on in your heart and your feelings and your head and your mind space, and I want to see what's going on for you. First I'm just doing a basic pull for you to see any baseline information that is in your energy that we need to take a look at, and then we can get more specific with questions. And once again, I'm pulling 4 cards. We have the Ace of Pentacles for you too. So he pulled the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities coming in, and that feeling that you as well are open to what is coming in, that you are open to this. You are open to, and this can also be that you're open to this, but you're also open to receiving wherever that might be from, even if this isn't the thing, that you are open to love, you're open to value, you're open to abundance coming in. And I am feeling this in your heart space. Now, now we have the King of Wands. I want to keep going here. We have the Six of Cups reversed, and we have the Two of Wands. So, that's so interesting. So with our King of Wands, now this could relate to this person. You'll know when I describe this that there is heart space tied up for you, and this could be with this person, this could be with a past person, this could be with a whole nother person, but this energy is mature. So we know that he has a place to graduate to. This is the mature landed space. This is strong. This is solid. This is no obstacles getting in the way. Fiery, attractive, passionate, purposeful, really great masculine energy running through this person. Just really moving forward in a very strong seat of masculine power. Someone who makes you feel lit up about your life, someone who makes you feel safe, makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel supported, uplifted. You want to be a better version of yourself because of this person. There is room in you that is being taken up by this Knight of Wands. So whether this is someone who's active in your life, whether this is this person that I am pulling for, or if this is someone from the past, this isn't a reverse card, this is upright, and I'm feeling very much that this is very alive for you. So that is really pulling up in your energy. That could be a totally competing romantic partner, that you're interested in, that you've been flirting with, but there is something in that dominant energy that is really pulling your attention. And you, once again, I said, we pulled the Ace of Pentacles for you. You are open to what is coming in for you. You are open to receiving, whether it is with this person or whether it is with another person. So it makes sense. Things are attracting to you. Things are coming in for you. Now we have the Six of Cups reversed for you as well. So I am seeing that there is room for some feelings and emotions and heart space. It is in a nostalgic way. This is something, that either feels extremely familiar or it is something from the past. But there's room here for you to explore something there. So you're not exploring it currently. You're not really letting yourself go into that space. This could be a past love that this could even be like your first love. We're talking about nostalgia here. This could be your first love, first big romantic encounter that oddly you probably just put the lid on it, eventually tucked it away. You haven't really gone back to it, and it actually does need some airing out. It does actually hold up some space in your energy field. So there is something to do with that. Whether it is journaling out about this person or revisiting something or learning the lessons that you learned back then but you haven't actually processed now. There's something to be discovered here, and there's also just good to know that it's taking up space in your world. Like if you want it to be or you don't want it to be, remember we have to have the room to really receive everything that we want to receive, and you're in a receiving space, so things can drop in for you, but there does have to be room for things to drop in for you. Now we also have the Two of Wands. So there's this travel energy. And this travel energy can also really sort of be in a new path altogether. This could just be like, oh, I want to do something new. I'm feeling anxious and antsy to like try something new, go to some new places, shake my life up, shake my world up, shake my routines up, do something a little bit different, see things from a different perspective, see things through different eyes, as if it's the first time I'm visiting my life. Oh, I'm visiting here now, and this is what it looks like. Oh, there's a cool coffee shop I've never been to and never noticed before. Oh, there's, this dance class that I've been meaning to take for the last 5 years. Why don't I just pop in? This is a little prompt for you to do that. And that could be real, actual get out into the world travel. Book those plane tickets. Do it. That energy is there for you. There's something there that's important. So do the thing. Push yourself right on into it. Okay, now I do want to get a little more specific for you. Do I want to pull cards for King of Wands? Yeah, let's pull a couple cards for King of Wands, whether that is this person, and or if that is an outside energy that is something you're just very interested in, or if that's someone from the past. I'm only pulling 3 cards for this person. Oh, interesting. Hi. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Remember, I'm talking about our King of Wands. We have our Queen of Wands reversed. We have Justice reversed. And we have Judgment. Wow. Oh my. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing about this person. So the interesting thing about our King of Wands is that he you know, I was saying before that he helps you to want to be a better version of yourself, but oddly, even in your desire to do that, you kind of don't reach your full potential with this person. You don't actually land in the fullest version of yourself. So this could be something that is self-inflicted, that you have decided what they want in a person, what they want in a woman, in a human being, and you are projecting something else to them than who you actually are. But this could also be something where their actual words and actions show you and dictate to you that you need to change who you are and be different, maybe be less than, a little less shiny, a little less capable, a little less fiery, a little less, in your dominant energy, in your powerhouse energy. And I don't love that. I hear, so if it's you changing it and projecting, or if it is them sort of dictating. Either way, if you are taking up space with this person, whether it's this person or another person, if you're taking up space in your energy field for this person, it is so important for you to turn this around and land in your seat of power with this person, because it cannot flourish if you cannot fully be yourself. And that doesn't mean that you don't learn and grow and figure things out and, want to change and be better and different, but it always comes back to your essence. So if your essence is passionate and fiery and purposeful and moving forward and flourishing, being your fully flourished self, then landing in that is very important to do with the person who could be your person, because your true soulmate wants you as you are, wants all of those great qualities. Whether you think they're too much, or whether you think that they are gonna scare somebody off because you are at an elevated space, your person's not going to be scared off. Your person is going to be in an elevated space as well. They're going to love that part of you. You don't have to match up. You don't have to. That doesn't have to be what it is. It can be, but there's that acceptance and that love and that championship of who you are that is so important. So I am going to leave this reverse because that's the way we pulled it, but I am very tempted to turn that over as a symbolic gesture for you, and we may do that at the end. Now, we also have Justice reversed. So this is telling me that although this person in some capacity, there is something unfair about your dealings with this person, there's something that really gets you. There's something that really you're like, this was so unfair. The way that they treated you, acted with you, talked to you, interacted with you, their energy, just what you were reading and your intuition when you were interacting with them, whatever that unfair thing is, it is going to karmically come back around. It is going to have a fulfillment that you either get to know about or you don't get to know about, but you should know that's going to have a full and complete circle. So I don't want to say they're going to get theirs. That doesn't feel right for the energy of this, but it is that kind of idea that whatever is off will be made right, and will be made fair. And the Judgment card popping up here at the end really makes me think that there's a big decision around there's a really big decision around this person, this King of Wands, that you're possibly in that big decision right now, trying to figure out what exactly it is you are going to do with this person. Do you want to move forward with this person? Do you want to walk in another direction? Is it tenable for you to live in a space where you're not your fullest self? Are you self-imposing that on you? Have you even given it a real shot where you are your fullest self and just even see what happens? But there is a decision that needs to be made around this person, and making that decision will be a very good thing for you, a very positive thing for you, something that actually ends up bringing you a lot of joy, because you get to move forward. It is either going to open up doors for you in another area, or it will open up doors for you here with this person. I just want to pull one card for your heart, first of all, because we're getting some. Oh, hi. Hi, I pulled the Lovers for you. That's the card I pulled for your heart. I love this. I am feeling that you are in a space that is open to love. I felt this in the Ace of Pentacles receiving energy that you have. You're in a space that's open to love. You're open to something that is lasting, that is true, that is real, that is fated, that is beyond anything you've experienced before. And that you're really actively pulling that energy to you, that you've really cultivated a good space for yourself and a good heart space for yourself. That love is close. This real good stuff of what you really want is very close and very around you. It is touchable. It is smellable. It is feelable. There's something really good going on in your love energy. There's something really going on in your soulmate energy. Something pretty wonderful. I love that. Okay, I will continue on. We won't get caught up in that forever. Oh, but I do kind of want to. Okay, so actually, before we go any further, I do want to pull an oracle card for you. So I am pulling an oracle card for you, and this is really just any sacred advice for all those cards we just pulled, for your heart space, for all of that space. And I pulled trust. All you need is provided. Trust. Ooh, all you need is provided. Isn't that beautiful? You can release control. Anything that you feel like you have to control, any fear mentality that you might have, you can keep reminding yourself you are not making fear-based decisions. The universe has got your back. You can trust this process. You can trust where you are. You can trust where you are going. You can trust that all of your needs are taken care of and you are provided for in your heart space. I'm not talking about food on the table. Of course, that's trust as well, knowing that you're provided for in a big scheme. But I'm really talking about that heart abundance, and that feeling abundance. You can really release control over trying to figure things out, trying to define, trying to You don't have to try too hard. You can really trust. It doesn't mean that you don't, try, that you don't actively participate, that you're not taking actions in your life. It just means that if you are mentally, energetically holding on to things and trying to maneuver it energetically, you don't have to do that. You can release that. Oh, I love that. Oh, if you're feeling that any of what I just said about you, comment in the comments below. I want to hear it. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like this video. Okay, let's continue on. So I'm going to pull from our White Clarity deck. So I've been really channeling through this deck for clarity and guidance, for divine answers, angel answers, higher self answers. And I would like to take a look from your higher self. Let's go ahead and talk to your future self. Let's just bring that energy on in. Hey, let's open that up. What do we need to know right now for you from your future self? What messages are coming in from the future version of you? And I want you to kind of imagine that future version of you right now coming in, walking in, sitting across from you. And, how does she look? How does she feel? What's going on with their energy field? Okay. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Six of Cups upright. Remember, we pulled that reversed earlier. That nostalgic feeling, that for the, like something from the past. Whereas that, oh, here it is. There we are. We have the Six of Cups reversed. That feeling of the past, from the past, that heartfelt feeling. Maybe there's something, maybe even from your very first love, the first romantic big thing for you that you were like, oh, I'm just going to put a lid on it and tuck it under the bed. And now we're done thinking about that. But I've never really truly brought it back out and opened it up. And, I've been holding that energy. That's very interesting. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And we have another reversed card, and we have the Eight of Swords reversed. So here's what I'm reading for you from your future self. Your future self is saying, hey, so it's important for you to know that you are making some decisions because you got hurt. You're doing some things right now that are protective. And the reason that trust card came up is because you are protecting a space. And that protective space that you're in right now, where you're trying not to get hurt again, you're trying just to hold the fort. I mean, first of all, pat on the back. You've come a long way. You're doing great. Have some grace for yourself as well as for anybody else. But it is important for you to know that you are not going to be your freest self. You're not going to be your best self. You're not going to be able to chase your wildest dreams in a space of self-protection. That space of self-protection, it is dangerous in a way because it holds you back from feeling safe and free to go run into your destiny, to grab a hold of what is coming in for you without fear, without trepidation. And that's where that trust comes in. All you need is provided. You don't have to stand guard over your heart, over your passions, over your feelings, over who you are. Queen of Wands, you don't have to stay on guard over that. The Six of Cups coming in, I am going to say this feels like there's something really important to be reviewed from that past, those past feelings and emotions, those things that maybe you put a lid on and you have not thought about for a long time, but they're still taking up space. There's either a resolution that needs to, or an epiphany that needs to come from it, or a lesson to be learned from it, or there might actually be something still there. There might actually be something. I mean, this doesn't mean that's with that person. It could be, but it could be that there's like a feeling, or perhaps you went into it with this sort of, I don't want to say naive, but maybe you look at it as being naive now, that fool energy, where it's like, well, yeah, but then you got your heart slammed, so that was stupid. But actually, it's important to come back to those feelings, to let yourself be stupid with your heart, that you're allowed to be fully open again. And maybe you have not fully opened your heart space up again since then. Maybe you have kept it standing guard. Maybe you have been guarding your heart ever since then. And that could be a long time ago. But there's, and this is a nostalgic card, so this feels like it's a long time ago. There's something really important there needs to be set right. So our Nine of Pentacles reverse coming in feels like your future self is saying, you need to make peace with your person, with you, who you are as a person. That means making peace with your finances, but that also means making peace with money and accepting abundance. But it also means making peace with your beauty, with your face, with your body, with the way you walk into the world, with your hair, with your clothing, with your physical presence in this world. And that could have to do with clutter and things too, if you feel like you're, but that you need to make peace with yourself and champion yourself and really, truly take your side. I love you regardless. I accept you and I choose you regardless of my wanting to change something, of my wanting to be better, to up level, to, go out into the world where I style my hair more often. Whatever it is, any of those insecurities or things that might really gnaw at you and sort of make you feel less than, you are gorgeous. And that is what your future self is saying. You are gorgeous. You need to land in that gorgeousness. You need to land in your own beauty and land in your own abundance. It's time to make peace with the things of this earth, because the things of this earth are not even, the biggest things. Like, make peace with those things. You're going to be living with these things until the day you die, because you are of this earth right now. Now, we also have the Eight of Swords reversed. So this is also telling me that your future self, wise as they are, is saying, you don't realize, but you've been really tied up. And you've actually been in a cage of sorts. You've been imprisoned in a way. And it's a self-imprisonment that you could release yourself from at any moment, at any time. But you don't even realize the freedom that is available to you right now just by changing the way you think. That there is a freedom in your life to you that you can access that you are not accessing at the moment, and you don't even really realize that you're holding yourself in a prison of sorts, that you're holding yourself in a thought prison, that you're holding yourself in a space that is constrictive, that is not free and fun and flowing and running forward, that you're holding yourself in a space that is so much less than what you deserve and what you can have even in this moment. I would really like you to spend a little bit of time letting yourself process those messages, taking notes on those messages. They feel incredibly big, life-changing big. Those are good messages to be coming in. Wow. Okay, now I want to take a look at your feelings for this original person that we pulled for. It's the person that you wanted to know his thoughts versus his feelings, whether that's the King of Wands or not. I would like to pull a few cards for you as it relates to him. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I have two cards, and now I have a third card. That's all I'm feeling. So here we go. We have the Six of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Eight of Cups. So what I'm seeing for you here in your energy for this original person is that, first of all, you do have confidence with this person. You can feel how much they like you. You can feel how much they desire you and that they're trying so hard, even if they're not, fully in their matured state, and they might, be coming out of this space of not moving at all. And, they might not be moving as quickly, or, they're a work in progress. They're a human being. But you feel pretty confident around this person, and there's a winningness to you. You know that you're winning in their eyes, and that you're just winning in your life right now. You're kind of on a roll. You're in a winning space. Things feel like yeah, okay, I can have what I want to have. Let's see if it's this person. We've got some other energy coming in, but you kind of feel like I can have what I want to have. I like that. You can have what you want to have. You have a couple things to deal with. You're a human being too. But I like that energy for you. Now we have the Seven of Swords. So I do think like something is taking your thoughts away from this person, and that's tricky, that there's something that's stealing away with your thoughts. And that could be insecurities that your future self is talking about, kind of thing. That could be, our King of Wands, if that's somebody from the past. But there is something that kind of keeps getting stolen. That could also really be like negative self-talk, or the things that are still holding you prisoner that you don't even realize are holding you prisoner right now. So something is diverting you from this person, keeping you from really being all in with this person, or all in on this person. There is something that's kind of making off with your thoughts. Now we also have the Eight of Cups. So I do also see you in some ways walking away from this person's feelings, that they have, they're really trying to sort of bring these feelings and emotions to the table. And in some ways, you're kind of walking away from that. And that could be that you are, sort of, playing games in your mind, really, well, that's not enough. That's like too little, too late. Like it's, he's trying, but he's not, able to like totally show up in this like super solid energy yet. but he's got all of the promise, the potential there, of those feelings. But there's a part of you that's kind of turning your back on this person and your feelings and emotions for this person and walking away a bit. So that's pretty telling. That's pretty interesting. Do you want to take a look at the potential that you could experience with this person if you let yourself walk in or lean in or not be stolen away by somebody else if you really carried this winning energy through? Because I do. So I'm going to move to our old trusty deck, which I put far away. Old trusty deck. Okay. So this deck, we are going to take a look at potential. Let's take a look at potential. If you decided to lean into this original person that you were asking about, let's see what's going on. I'm starting with these two, and I'm going to pull as we go because okay, we have the Sun, we have the Two of Pentacles. So the first things that are coming up is this optimism. The Sun is so powerful, battery packed, charging things up. There is potential for a very bright future with this person. There is potential for optimism, for feeling happy, for being in a space that feels light and carefree. Also, there is potential for a balancing act to be going on, that you could still not fully be leaning in, or they could still not be fully leaning in because they're taking their time in sort of deciding and figuring out and like, am I going to stay in the best with those feelings of the hurt that I had? You're both coming from a hurt space, by the way. Or you could be doing that juggling with, is it another person? Is it, should I be looking towards something else? Should I be looking for something else? So there is potential for that as well. So we have these two juxtaposing potentials. It could go either way. The Two of Pentacles doesn't feel like that's like, stomp your heart out. That's just kind of like, oh, tricky. That feels tricky more than anything else. I have two more cards. I have the Ace of Cups and I have the Knight of Pentacles. Remember, we pulled the Knight of Pentacles in his energy first round, fourth card that I pulled. We pulled the Knight of Pentacles. So with the Ace of Cups, this is new opportunities, new things coming in, heart space, feeling space. This is a beautifully propitious card for love. It is wonderful. This tells me that if you leaned into this and you decided to really lean in and move forward, there is potential here for this to overflow you with love, with feelings, with emotions, with the goodness of what you want for your heart, to really fill your cup up. Now, also, the things that he's thinking of, that he's trying to be for you, he can really truly follow through on. He can be consistent. He can show you how much he values you. He can be a steady, stable force of someone who ardently loves and admires you. He can really fully step into what he's trying to think about right now, stepping into, that he's trying so much to think about. Oh boy. Okay, I'm not done with our old trusty deck yet, and I'm not done with the potential yet. So I did pull two more cards. And I pulled the Tower, and I pulled the Two of Swords reversed. So I see lots of strong potential if you decided to lean in. This could use a deeper dive even. But I do also see the potential for things to go up in flames. There is potential here that really a decision could never be made. That energy, that Two of Pentacles energy, that there is the potential that just lingers, it stays around, and you just cannot decide for or against this person. You just will not make a decision. And I do actually feel that more in your energy. I do feel it in their energy too, though, because they're still coming out of this other space. They're still figuring out how to lean in. And although they see all the potential, they haven't they're not diving off the cliff yet, you know? So I do see that there's potential for it to just sort of linger into a stagnant space where nobody's really choosing the other person. No one's really choosing to move it forward. No one's making that a clear, decisive yes. And then that can lead to, you know, things really blowing up. Things could blow up and burn down. But, you know, we all have tower moments in our lives, and love and feelings and heart space do often come with tower moments. That is making way for something new. That can sometimes be a wonderful thing, and then sometimes it doesn't feel so good. Yeah. Sorry. But we also have all that beautiful potential. Now, I'm pulling from our old trusty deck once again. And now I just want to sort of ask our old trusty deck to open up for you just any other answers about where your heart should be looking right now. We know about what's going on in your energy, but sort of any sacred advice about where your heart should be looking. Where should you be moving? Is there another person that we should be looking at? You have the Lover's energy right now. How can we capitalize on this openness, your Ace of Pentacles energy, this openness to receiving, this openness to that love energy and the love energy that is all around you? Because it feels like this is a great energetic moment to capitalize on. Oh, so okay. We have the Moon. We have the Eight of Swords upright, which your future self gave us reversed as that, you know, you don't know you're imprisoned. You don't even realize yet that you are not free right now. We have the Five of Wands, and we have the Temperance card. So we're asking, really, how do you get into your Lover's energy? Like, you're in it, so how do we capitalize on that and bring you what is for you, what is really good for you, what you should be stepping into? And you know, the answers that we're getting here are very direct. First of all, with the Moon, you might be doing some self-sabotaging things. There might be some shadow work that you need to do. There might be some things that you need to bring out into the light that that your future self is right. There are things you don't really know about yourself right now that are limiting beliefs. And that's where we get into shadow work. That's kind of, part of what that is like, oh, I didn't even realize that all of this time, because my first love told me that I was, that I was too much, so now I've taken that and taken it on as a belief that I am too much. So I dim myself down for everyone all the way through. I blame those people for not loving the real me, even though I never show them the real me. And then now I still have these old beliefs and these old systems of things that are playing out in my life that I'm not even truly aware of what they are, and they're sabotaging things. So it's time to really take a look. Where do your beliefs come from? When did you decide this about love? When did you decide that about yourself? Do you have worthiness issues? Do you believe that you're worthy of love? Do you chase after men who are a little distant, who are hurt, that are still fixing themselves and maybe, are taking a long time to really open themselves up? Is there something about you dimming down for everyone? That it's not just the King of Wands that you've dimmed down for or been less than your fullest self? Is it every person that you've been with? Is it every man that you're too worried about being rejected again, so you just never really fully show up as who you are, and it's very hard for maybe you to be vulnerable? But there's stuff to evaluate here. There are things to look at, and that's a big box to open. But remember, we don't make our decisions in a fear-based space. That's what we have decided already. That is what we've talked about before. We're not living from a space of fear here. There's no fear here. This is a space of trust. Everything you need is going to be provided. You can trust that. If you open the box, trust that you will be provided for. You will figure out what it is that you needed to figure out. Take a look at that nostalgic relationship that old big first love, that, because there is something there. That card came up twice. Now we have the Eight of Swords for you upright, which once again, that is something that your future self gave us reversed. So this is saying that okay, your future self says there's things you don't even know about that are holding you in prison. The advice we're getting right now is that you need to know about those. You need to figure those things out, and then you need to release yourself from that prison. Just to even know that, you don't have to like run out into the sunshine right after you drop the ropes and binds that bind you and take the blindfold off. Just doing those things will open everything up. And suddenly you'll see, oh, wait, I'm not where I want to be. I want to be over there. That's warm and fun and adventurous and alive and joyful. And it's safe and secure and togetherness. And it's everything that I want in another human being. That's where I want to be. I want to be over there. I can see it. I can feel it. I can now use my legs and my body to go over there to get it. But you do have to release yourself from old mental spaces that are binding you up. So very important. Really getting the answers, aren't we? Oh my goodness. Now we have the Five of Wands coming in as well. And the Five of Wands is telling us, so this is interesting because this is kind of a little fighting card. It is a little competitive card. And I do think this is saying, hey, you've been dimming yourself down for our King of Wands, but maybe across the board. There might be a part of you that might be dimming yourself down, Queen of Wands reversed, where you're not sitting into your full seat of power. And that could be that, you have a preconceived notion that this is, that who you are is too masculine, that it's like too ferocious, that you're too capable, you're too confident, you're too in your power, and that's going to turn people off. Remember, your person is what is going to turn them on. But not only that, you're not giving anybody a chance to accept, love, and champion you as you are if you are not sitting into it in front of them. And this is saying, light that fire up. Let's do it. We're lighting that fire up. It's time to get out, go up, go get into the competition. It's time for you to go, this feels kind of like professional athlete, like, like energy that's just like, oh yeah, I'm competitive, I'm driven, I'm fired up, I'm ready, or like really good career, like energy, that kind of like passionate, purposeful, like I'm willing to compete. And this doesn't have to be literal competition in the world against other people. It's just that feeling of like, I'm willing to participate in this world. I am willing to be active and at my full capacity, and just sort of be in that space where I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go get things for myself. I just want to be in that purposeful, driven, fired up energy. Now we also have the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is telling me that there's a space in your life that could use some more balance. And I think you're going to know exactly what that space is, that there is something out of balance, out of order, where you're really heavy hitting in one direction on something. And this could just be a passing thing that you or just happen to be having a moment where you are, like doing this one thing every night. And you're like, that's not super healthy for me to be doing every night. I think I need to find more balance with it. Or obsessively thinking about things, which does not feel like it would be far from the truth with your Eight of Swords energy, and you do have this sort of, that could be there. So there is something here that's saying it's time to balance yourself. And you could actively, this is going to sound silly, but you could literally work on balance physical exercises to help you with this. And while you are doing them, balancing on one foot, when you are really good at balancing on one foot, you can close your eyes. That's harder. Do everything safely. Talk to your doctor before exercise, all of those things. But you could also look at the ceiling to throw your balance off. You could actually work on balance exercises, go to yoga classes, any kind of, Google balance exercise. I'm sure a million things will come up. It's always good for you, so why not? But I do feel energetically like you need to balance some things out, and that physically actively working on your physical balance will help you energetically. And I do think you should think about it while you are doing those exercises, that you are balancing yourself out. And that could also be chakra balancing, energetic balancing, meditating in an energetic way to try to balance your different components and pieces out. But there is something that needs to be put back into the right alignment. Oh my goodness. Let's do one more oracle card for you. Okay, so this is my animal angel deck. And I'm gonna symbolically blow the dust off of her. I haven't taken her out in a little while, and I was really wanting to today for you. Oh my goodness. Well, we've got stuff popping out at us, don't we ever? So let's see what we've got. So we actually have 4 things pop out, and I'm going to give you all of this animal energy to think about because they all popped out, and probably because I haven't used her in a long time, and she's like, okay, I'm going to give you answers. It's been too long. We have the rabbit, first of all. Recognize your significance. That's Archangel Gabriel. We also have the cat. Be relaxed and independent, Archangel Raphael. We have the dog. Be disciplined in your home and community life, Archangel Zariel. And we have the elephant. I love elephants. I love all of these. I just love animals. Open yourself to true abundance. Yes. Ace of Pentacles. Open yourself to true abundance. And from your future self, the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles reversed that we also had, that is asking you to be open to true abundance of the heart, of the soul, feeling abundant and beautiful in your body and your world, but also in your bank account and everything. Archangels Mary and Raphael. That's lovely. So we have the rabbit, the cat, the dog, and the elephant. The rabbit, the cat, the dog, and the elephant. And I want you to pick one of those 4 animals and pop that emoji below. And that is what I want you to use to claim this reading, or even just to say, hey, I stayed through the entire reading with you. I know, I don't agree with this, that, or this. You can tell me that too. Oh, sorry, I bumped you. But I don't know if I want to claim that for myself, but I did watch everything. And then I would love for you to comment. I'd love to hear if you do claim this, if you do feel this, if this feels like, whoa, absolutely, or if it feels like, nah, not me, that doesn't sound right. And then also come back I feel like sometimes we have those moments of like, no, not me. That's definitely not what I'm feeling. And then you spend 4 days where you're just living your life. And then you're like, oh. Okay. Come back and comment then too. Oh my goodness, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your presence. Really, you make my world better. And I am sending you everything to uplift and help, and I can't wait to hear. I miss you so soon. Mia.